passages in Scripture that talk about gardens. And I'll read you a few. Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked. They like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. There's another good verse that you probably all know really well. It's from John 15. I'll find it. John 15 starts off, I am the vine, you are the branches, and I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. And then there's 1 Corinthians 3:6-9. I planted, Apollos watered, but God made it grow. Now, it's springtime in New Zealand. It sounds strange to you because it's not over there. But most New Zealand people have gardens. And we love to spend time gardening at this time of the year. You ask John about it. He loves his garden, and we love ours. 2 years ago, we moved into this new home that God gave us. Hi, Joshua. It's good to have you with us. Anyway, God gave us this beautiful home. We sold our home in Cambridge. We moved up to Auckland. We live now next door to our daughter. And we have this brand new house. The builders finished the house, but left the garden areas in a mess. There were rocks and rubble and builders' unwanted stuff, all left. No topsoil, nothing to make a garden. So what did we do? Well, we could have left it like that, but it wouldn't have been very pretty, and it wouldn't have been very nice. So we had to be intentional. We had to work hard, clear debris, clear weeds, clear the large rocks, etc. We had to level the ground. Fortunately, our son-in-law's brother is a great labourer, and he did a lot of that hard work for us. So we're very grateful for that. Then we prepared the ground. We put on lots of good soil, compost, enriched the soil, softened the soil, and then nourished it, ready for planting. We actually did some research. We had to study the climate, the shady and sunny areas of the house, what plants and seeds will grow well, how to care for them, and asked experienced gardeners what they had done. Then we thoroughly watered the ground. We watered it in preparation so that the soil was well watered and soft. Then we planted seeds and plants that we had carefully chosen. Flowers, fruit trees, berries, vegetables. It sounds like we've got a huge property. Actually, it's very small, really. And we just made good use of every little area on it. Then we continued to water the plants, usually early morning or evening. And then God started to make things grow. We had to continually pull out weeds, and they're best done when they're small, or they can take over your garden and mess it up. We had to be patient and keep watering and keep nourishing as needed. It needed sunshine, and only God could provide that, and He did. Then we started to enjoy the harvest. Vegetables were quicker. Other plants took longer to produce the fruit or the flowers, what we wanted. But harvest is such a joyful time. You share it with other people. You enjoy the fruits of what you have. People walk past your garden and say, "Oh, those flowers are looking so pretty." And then whenever the fruit comes, we start preserving tomatoes or beans or whatever we have and enjoy it. And some of the plants need training to go in the right direction because they'll go all over the place. But we persevered. And then at the end of the harvest, you have to pull out the dead plants. You have to prepare the soil for the next season. You have to keep weeding, keep watering, and pruning wherever necessary so that you have a good harvest next time. And then you start to want to tell everybody else what you did. And they all say, "How did you do this? How did you do that?" And that's the New Zealand topic of conversation. "Oh, so what did you do to make that grow so well?" And all that sort of thing is what we do in New Zealand to encourage each other and to enjoy our gardens. So we started telling people what we did. And now they're asking us, "Oh, how did you do that? How did you do this?" And it's great. And we have a great time doing it. But it's only God who can make it grow. And it's the same with us. And there's a little article I got from another friend that I would just like to read to you. Stay on track. It sounds easy, but it truly isn't. You must be intentional, or you'll inevitably disappear down a never-ending path that takes you away from your purpose. There are so many distractions and other attractions fighting for your attention. There's the temptation to give way to offense, disappointment, bitterness, discouragement, hurt, rejection, discomfort, or confusion. There's the tendency to lose yourself down the track of reasoning, rationalizing, or ruminating. There's the temptation to settle for a life of ease, comfort, leisure, or pleasure. There's the desire to stop pressing, stop pursuing, stop dreaming, stop expecting, stop anticipating, or stop believing. There are many sidetracks, backtracks, and off-tracks. Be wise, be alert, be vigilant. Jesus is worthy of you staying on track. I really enjoyed that quote that one of my friends put on Facebook. So that's just a little bit about gardening, but I think there's lots of truths for us that come out of things, and I think Jesus wants us to learn from our gardening trials and errors. We make mistakes in gardening. We have to dig some things up because we didn't do it right, or they didn't work in that location, or all sorts of things can put us thinking, "Oh, I should have done that better," or we were a bit lazy and the weeds got all away and we couldn't quite keep up with that. And all sorts of things can happen in a garden. And it's the same with our lives.